Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my blog post. This is my fourth one about Vietnamese cultural history. So, for my five current, or not current events, but my eventful timeline, I chose the French colonial rule beginning, the beginning of communist insurgency in the South. Um, 200,000 American combat troops arrive in South Vietnam. Vietnam becoming the 150th member of the World Trade Organization, and Vietnam surpassing Brazil to be the world's largest coffee exporter. So, for my first event, um, the arrival of 200,000 American troops in South Vietnam in 1965 deeply affected how Americans and Vietnamese people viewed each other. Many U.S. soldiers unfamiliar with Vietnamese culture held stereotypes and a sense of superiority, um, often seeing locals as like enemies or lower than them. They mostly stayed isolated from the civilians. This led to mistrust and miscommunication amongst them and the civilians of Vietnam. Over time, some grew delusioned, um, delusional, and developed a more nuanced view. For the Vietnamese, initial hope for American support faded as the civilian casualties rose in Vietnam. Many came to see U.S. supporters as occupiers, or U.S. troops as occupiers, and not supporters and helpers in their country. Um, the war created lasting cultural tensions and shaped attitudes on both the American side and the Vietnamese side. Um, the arrival of the troops in 1965 influenced the development of cultural values, goals, expectations, and identity for both American people and Vietnamese people. For many U.S. soldiers, the experience challenged their beliefs about like patriotism, democracy, and just the role in the world in general. For Vietnamese, especially in the South, the war intensified nationalistic values and reshaped expectations about independence and foreign influence in their country. The conflict pushed many to redefine their identity, um, either in resistance or cooperation with the American forces, um, deepening the divide between the North and South Vietnam. Moving on to my next one. Vietnam becoming the 150th member of the World Trade Organization in 2007 marked a major shift in both global perceptions of Vietnam and in the country's own cultural um, identity and goals. Internationally, the move signaled Vietnam's transformation from a war torn, um, isolated nation to an emerging market open to global trade and cooperation. Um, Many countries began to view Vietnam as a promising economic partner rather than just a symbol of conflict or communism. Within Vietnam, the World Trade Organization membership influenced cultural values and national identity by promoting modernization, economic growth, and integration with the global community. It shifted expectations, especially among younger generations, toward embracing entrepreneurship, global competitiveness, and consumer culture, while also sparking discussions about preserving Vietnamese traditions amid rapid change. Um, this event reflected a broader cultural transition from post war recovery to global participation and economic ambition. Lastly, Vietnam's emergence as the world's largest coffee exporter, surpassing Brazil in 2012, I believe, um, has significantly influenced both international perceptions and domestic cultural values. This achievement highlighted Vietnam's um, transformation from a war torn nation to a global economic partner, reshaping global views um, of its capabilities and resilience. Internationally, Vietnamese coffee gained recognition for its quality and affordability, leading to increased demand and a stronger global presence within other countries. Domestically, uh, the success fostered national pride. It allowed Vietnamese people to have something to cheer about in their country, and it reinforced cultural values of hard work and ingenuity. It also surpassed economic growth, leading to improved livelihoods for coffee farmers and a shift toward modern uh, agricultural practices. Thank you.